A year ago, something happened to me right before my final school exams. I had a lot of studying left to do. Usually, our school library closes at 5 p.m., but because exams were near, the school decided to keep it open until 11 p.m. This was so students could stay late and prepare if they wanted. My house wasn't too far from school, so I preferred studying in the peaceful environment of the library over studying at home. One day, I went to the library at 6 p.m. to study. I was so focused that I didn't realize it was already 10 p.m. I had never stayed in the library this late before. Usually, there are a few students there until 8 p.m., but by 10 p.m. it was completely quiet. I only had about 15 minutes of work left, so I decided to quickly finish up and then head home. I was totally absorbed in my work when suddenly I heard the sound of someone walking strangely outside the library. I quickly grabbed my books and left the library. There's a long corridor outside our school library. If you turn right at the end of this corridor, you reach the main door of the school. As I was hurrying towards the main door, I saw a woman standing at the end of the corridor. I felt really uncomfortable as I got closer to her. So much so that in a panic I asked, "Who's there?" She disappeared within seconds of me speaking. I took a deep breath of relief and walked out of the school's main door. I was both tired and hungry and couldn't walk well. But I noticed that the streets were completely empty, which was strange because usually they are quite busy, even late at night. As I was walking home, looking down at the ground, I suddenly saw a shadow growing in front of me. But at that moment, I didn't think much of it. When I looked up, I saw a woman walking ahead of me. She seemed a bit odd, like she was disabled and was limping. She was walking so slowly that I caught up with her quickly. I could see her clearly. She was wearing dirty clothes, and it seemed like her arms and legs were bent, and her hair was all messy. It felt so weird and eerie that I just stopped and couldn't move closer. I was so scared that I couldn't even cross her path. My body felt frozen. I couldn't make a sound or move. I was so scared that I didn't know how to respond to her presence. In fear, I just pointed away, hoping she would leave. She limped in the direction I pointed to and disappeared into the darkness, out of my sight. I was worried she might appear in front of me again, so I started walking home faster. At that moment, I couldn't think of anything else except hoping to see a car or someone on the road to help me. Then, I heard the woman screaming from a distance. After that, I don't remember anything until I regained consciousness. I found out that my neighbor found me unconscious on the road and took me home. Later, I learned from our new neighbor that in 1998, a 132-year-old woman lived in an apartment building with her daughter. She loved her daughter very much, who was 9 years old and studied at the same school. One day, her daughter died suddenly while playing at school. The mother couldn't bear the loss of her daughter and died of grief. Since then, people often see her spirit wandering around the school and the area, looking for her daughter. Her restless spirit is still searching for her daughter even after death. I hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to leave your comments and subscribe to my channel.